Hey guys, today's episode is being brought to you by Squarespace. You can turn your ideas into reality with their help. They make it very easy to launch all kinds of different ideas, passion projects, stores online, blogs, whatever it is you might be into. And you can have a very beautiful, professional, sleek looking website. And you don't have to have, a big Jimmy Neutron brain to figure out how to do it. It's really easy. And if you do get stuck, they've got an award-winning customer support line that's open 24/7 to help you. So go to squarespace.com/read for a free trial and then use the offer code READ on launch to save 10% off of your first purchase of a website or a domain. Go have some fun. And let's move on.
Hey y'all, today's episode of The Read is also brought to you by Move On. We're marching to defend Black lives, spending our money at Black-owned businesses, and now we're turning out to show that our vote is power because together, hopefully, we can make some kind of change for the future, and it starts with you making your plan to be a voter. How you do it is up to you. At this point, you can vote by mail as long as it's postmarked by November 3rd, or you can vote today, Election Day, November 3rd. Once you've made your plan, we need you to be a voter and to remind 3 friends to vote as well, because when we all vote, we have a much better chance of winning. So text READ to 668-366 to get started. Message and data rates may apply. This has been paid for by MoveOn.org Political Action, POL.moveon.org, not authorized by any candidate or candidates committee. All right, let's move on.
Last but not least, this show is brought to you by Shipt, where delivery is done differently. What with, in-person shopping being all tricky and stuff today, Shipt is incredibly helpful. Their expert shoppers pick up fresh groceries, household essentials, and even pet supplies from local stores that you love. My particular bougie dog is incredibly appreciative of that part. Get everything delivered to your door in as soon as an hour so you can save time for the good stuff like baking bread or making blanket forts or writing in your diary about how much you hate your ex-husband. Your shopper will keep you updated with texts from the aisles and can pick in-season produce like a total professional. So thoughtful shoppers, unbelievable fresh produce, and peace of mind. That is the difference that Shipt makes. Try same-day delivery for yourself at shipt.com/read today. That is SHIPT.com/read. Go get some fresh and let's start the show. Well, niggas and friends, Here we are yet again.
That's right.
Just at the edge of the end.
So close.
I'm actually so grateful that this episode came out or comes out when it does.
Isn't that crazy?
Because it means that we could record before. So we can just...
One last chance to be innocent.
Yeah, before, the streets are on fire and we're all running and the purge sirens are going off.
That's right.
Anyway, I'm Shirley Ralph.
And I am Sojourner Truth. This is The Read. Thank you for coming back.
It is indeed. Let's start with some Black excellence, shall we? I'm going to give this one over a huge Black excellence. I couldn't even have a Black excellence segment this week if I didn't honor one KJ Brooks. If you have not seen this video of this queen absolutely decimating the Kansas City Police Department, I mean, a dragging of epic proportions. At this point, I would just like to give her the show. I don't even believe that we can fairly have a program called The Read that isn't completely centered on this woman, because a read like I've never seen before.
Right. Sister went in.
This girl is 20 years old. She stood at a board of police commissioners meeting in Kansas City and called out these whiteys by name. Their businesses, their history, their complacency when it comes to equality and preservation of Black people, the manipulative things that they do, such as trying to pose with pictures of Black babies to do their little pamphlet photographs and act like they give a fuck and all that stuff. It was just such an epic, personal, no fucks given, like just perfectly meaty. Like it was just the greatest read.
Yes.
And it was so revitalizing, and I need it in my bloodstream. Everything about it was so great. On top of that, her fucking hair was like on. The color looks cute on you too, sis. Like you dragged them. All they could do is sit there and fucking take it because they knew that it was correct, and none of them prepared to come in there and receive a lashing the way that they did. They weren't prepared for it. And shout out to the maybe 1.5 other people in the room who were living and went up the whole entire time. I just need more of this, madam. I don't know what's in your future, but it's bright.
Right.
Listen, more of these people in office. Can we have it? Because she came prepared. When she stood up to the mic and the first thing she said was, "Fair warning, I'm not nice and I'm not looking to be respectable," or something like that.
Right.
I was like,
I said, "Oh yes."
I scooted my black ass up to the edge of my seat. I said, well,
give it to me,
let's
sister.
Get her done.
I'm waiting.
What do you got?
She straight up
and
said,
even then I wasn't prepared.
Yeah, she was like, I just really don't care. Like, y'all can not approve of me. Y'all can think that I'm not respectable because I'm literally not here to do that. I'm here on behalf of the Black people who have been terrorized by the Kansas City Police Department. And like you said, them hoes couldn't do nothing but sit there and take it because it's nothing but facts. Like when I say she decimated these motherfuckers, you should Google it, watch the video because it is incredible, and then contribute to her and the organizations that she has.
I mean, she also got personal.
She's doing great shit.
She also got personal. She went for their suits. I feel like hairlines. Like it was just such a dragging, and I appreciated it so much. So thank you all y'all who shared it with me. I likely would have seen it anyway because I think it's gotten like millions of like crazy views.
Yeah, it's been everywhere
on YouTube or somewhere else.
They probably even put it on the Shade Room.
Yeah, I'm sure they did.
Because Shade was.
I mean,
sister was like, doing it.
Like, how did all of those white people not just have immediate nosebleeds? Yeah. Like, I feel like as soon as she called them out by name, there should have just been a stream of blood gushing from their nose. Because, I mean, when she said, y'all are really weird, she said racism ages you terribly. Oh, God,
calling people weird is one of my favorites because it's like, you can't even argue with my perception of you. I'm calling you weird because that's what you are. And then at the same time, it's not necessarily like, it's all in how you perceive it. And I just love that she was disrespectful in as many ways as she could have possibly been. So yes, hats off to that girl because she absolutely did that. And standing up to them racist crackers in places, the Southwest and that whole area, like Kansas, Oklahoma, Texas, Nebraska, that whole general area, it's a lot. So shout out to her. She really, go watch that fucking video because she did that shit.
Yeah, if you haven't seen it, turn this shit off and go watch it. And then,
and get your fucking life.
Said, get into what she's doing, support her and all of her endeavors that she deserves.
Incredible woman.
So this week in our hot tops, if Beale Street could bottom.
If only.
No, that's in poor taste. This one is called Zombie Bottom Double Tap.
Oh my God.
Because we just came off of Halloween. So, speaking of which, COVID did not prevent people from having their costumes or their parties.
It did.
I didn't see all of the famous people. One thing that's very interesting about being rich and famous is that you have like the means to really go off and get like the prosthetics and the like cinematic ass makeup and stuff done. Yeah. And I mean, that's no shade. There's plenty of y'all at home who, you know, aren't super famous celebrities who are just really good at Halloween and makeup and special effects and shit as well. You know, I just buy things and then I hope they fit. That's all the effort I have. That's all I really know how to do.
Right.
So let's see. Some of my favorites. Okay, this was not one of them. But Sierra and Russell did Janet and Busta Rhymes, and I had watched that video for the first time in a long time, like the night before I saw this outfit. Yeah. Okay. Who else?
It was so good. I really liked it. Oh no, I did. I liked
it. The other thing is the celebrities be having like a different costume for every day of the weekend, and they all look like they cost $1 million. Because Sierra was also Cardi B on the cover of Privacy. I think she was also Nicki Minaj and maybe something else. I feel like Tiana had like 2 or 3 costumes. She was Catwoman, like the Michelle Pfeiffer Catwoman. And Normani was also that same Catwoman. They both looked great in chocolate. Cardi B did Scarlet Witch, which I loved because she did like the OG Scarlet Witch from the comics and cartoons and shit, and not the like the new cinematic Scarlet Witch that the Olsen sister plays with that terrible accent. So I really appreciated that dedication to source material. I loved The Weeknd's Nutty Professor costume because again, this looks like Sherman. Like,
yes, there is that. Like, it is you automatically know when you look at him who that is supposed to be.
It looks just like him.
I thought Cardi B dressed up as Medusa though, or then maybe she had more.
That's
than
what I'm
costume.
saying. Like, I'm sure she did because Saweetie had like 8, and they were all good.
She did everybody.
Her fucking Destiny's Child outfit where she was all 3 of them. Mm-hmm. Sickening. I mean, first of all, let's just come out and say it. Her Michelle looked like Farrah Franklin. But at the same time, like, it was so effortlessly done. And, you know, Sweetie's pretty. I loved her Mystique as well. Again, more of the movie Mystique that was butt naked for whatever reason. I still don't understand why they made Mystique ass naked in the movie, but
yeah, it was pretty good. But I felt like Tabria Majors put the most effort into her Halloween because it wasn't even just a costume. She really had like a Halloween event.
Yeah.
Like sis, I think she said on Instagram Live that she spent her budget was $20,000 and she went over it, but
excuse the fuck out of me.
If you haven't seen it, search for model Tabria Major. She is absolutely gorgeous. And at first I did not even recognize her. I was just like, who is this thick ass Beyonce and how can I find out more about her? And then when I realized it was her, I was like, oh my God, because she just looks like, when I tell you she nailed these fucking looks and it was just very professionally done. So go see what she did because it blew me away more than anything else. But I did like Russell and Sierra. I love that Russell does whatever Sierra tells him to for Thanksgiving, not for Thanksgiving, but for Halloween. He clearly does. Whatever she says.
My friend Brian said it looked like Sierra had showed him the video for reference right before they started the shoot.
He just saw it like 6 hours before, but he was down, okay? And that's the point.
That's right. Support your woman.
Right. And who else? Somebody else had
Ryan
a really
Destiny
good costume. Yes!
Lauryn Hill.
Lauryn Hill, and it was so good.
I was freaked out because when I saw it at first, I was like, oh yeah, I love this picture of Lauryn. I'm like, wait a minute.
Right. I had to look real hard to be like, okay, which one of y'all is which? It was so good.
That was really good.
Yeah. I like this trend of celebrities dressing up as celebrities.
Yeah. When it's like an iconic photo that we all know. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like when it's like, oh, I'm wearing what they wore to Puffy's house party in 2012. It's like, yeah, that's cool. But would we have remembered that outfit if you didn't put it right next to
the other one, right? If we need a side by side, then it's not the greatest costume. But if people look at it and then they have to think twice about who that really is or, you know, whatever, then I think you've pulled it off. And yeah, a lot of y'all did pull it off. What you should have done was pull it off at the house. But you took your asses out to these super spreader events and I just can't fathom why, but all right.
So let's talk about Lil Nas X's costume.
Oh, glory, because I know the straight men were angry.
First of all, I have to say that I simply enjoy the journey from Lil Nas's journey from a like full out Barb stan account
right
to being famous and denying even knowing who Nicki Minaj is, and like coming out with the truth that we all knew as a Barb, and then getting up in drags for her for Halloween. I was floored by like the execution. Are the titties CG? Like, did he have on one of the drag breastplates, or what happened with the titties? Like,
I don't. It blew my mind.
Is he on the bike? Is it green screen? It was just like there have to be some Barbs that have like 3 shrines at home who are livid. Like you didn't even want to claim the bitch all year, and now you got the best Nicki Minaj costume I've ever seen in my life. Anyway, the straight niggas were pissed.
It was so good.
Yeah. The men were, a lot of the straight men were upset. Portion of the Hotep community, rap niggas with nothing better to do. Apparently 50 Cent had something to say. Dave East had something to say. And both times Lil Nas X, simply gave them a witty remark on Twitter that made people laugh and kind of move on. Mm-hmm. I just think a lot of y'all are weird. I think a lot of y'all are very strange. Your weird obsession with what these queens are doing that has literally nothing to do with you. I mean, he didn't dress up as Nicki Minaj getting fucked by 50 Cent and Dave East. Like I don't,
right.
It literally has nothing to do. I don't understand why y'all inserted yourself into it. Like 50 Cent I don't think that 50 Cent has anything else to do, but, say something slick about people on Twitter or Instagram or whatever. But, Dave East coming smooth out of absolutely nowhere and then misspelling Batiman on Instagram and whatever the fuck else. Like, sweetie, you can appropriate Dominican culture and appropriate Harlem culture, but don't appropriate, you at least get the spelling correct. Not even adjacent.
Dave East is supposed to sit somewhere and be pretty, okay? We're not supposed to hear you talk about nothing. Not like you're here to look at, and that's that.
Y'all give her a lot.
Well, I mean, I do think Dave East is fine, but also I never need to hear Dave East talk about anything ever on any topic in any depth. But also, I mean, it's kind of like Mike Tyson told Boosie, like, you a little bit too invested in what homosexuals are doing for me not to have some follow-up questions.
Mike Tyson said, "You okay?"
Because I'm wondering if maybe you are also a homosexual, because you just seem real pressed about what homosexuals do. I don't know what you niggas do in the privacy of your own homes or somebody else's home or bathhouse or whatever else. But what I do know is that y'all are just a little too pressed about the gays. If Lil Nas X wants to dress up as his queen for Halloween, why do y'all have anything to say about it?
I just don't understand.
It don't make sense. So, yeah, y'all ain't shit.
Common has responded to allegations from Jaguar Wright that he sexually assaulted her back in the day whenever she accused him of it. He did an interview on the Philadelphia show Rise and Grind Morning. And basically, he said, God bless Jaguar. I really don't have any negative thoughts towards her. I was for surely disappointed and hurt when she said what she said about me because it wasn't true. I know people that have experienced sexual assault, and that's not anything to say if it's not true. But I also understand that she may be going through some things that I don't understand. In all truth, I went through different emotions. I'm like, oh man, why is she saying this? How is this going to affect me?
Yeah.
Eventually I got to this space where I'm saying, man, I'm sending her positive thoughts and prayers because obviously things that she's saying just wasn't true and she might not be in a great space. So that was him addressing these allegations that she made a few months ago, I think.
Yeah, I remember.
Talking about waking up and basically being assaulted. You can go find the information if you want. Since then, Jaguar Wright is basically a blogger. Like, She's basically taking
she's been talking
to
about
the
it.
internet
Yeah.
and being like, so let me tell you what else I know about Jill Scott, Diddy, anybody else I've ever met. And so, you know, go with those things. But I was interested to hear what he had to say about it, because that was the first thing I heard Jaguar Wright say about anything in forever.
Like ever, right? Like at least since the 90s. So yeah, I guess honestly, when I really think about it, this is what I expected Common to say.
Yeah, me too.
I expected him to deny it while also being sensitive to whatever she might be going through. But then also I kind of hate the idea that if a woman is talking about the sexual assault that happens to her, that means she's disturbed in some way, or she's making it up, or she's having an episode or whatever else, you know? I don't necessarily want to just like totally take Common's explanation for it and be like, oh yeah, you know, she was
chalk it up to
off her fucking meds,
being,
right? And she's just lying, because it could very well be the case that she's telling the truth, and everybody knows that, you know, if these men come out and deny it, then that'll be where it ends. Because what is she really, you know, where is she really gonna take it past there? So yeah, I'm still like,
I mean, but she also got threatened with that lawsuit from Tevin Campbell where he was like, girl, what you're going to do is just leave me out of it.
Right.
I ain't been doing nothing but
that is also true.
Coin. and that's it. So, you know, I feel like, was it Jill Scott that also, like, a lot of the girls are claiming her to be a liar. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? I just felt like I'm going to read this portion of it since I mentioned it before.
Yeah, you know, it's probably, it's the sort of thing where it's probably the real truth is a mix between column A and column B.
That's probably
the truth. The real truth is almost always somewhere in the middle.
So Beyonce season light is upon us.
Thank God.
You know, she has released her Ivy Park Drip 2 collection. She's on the cover of British Vogue being fine. And she's got a couple of words.
Incredible photos.
It's like, how do you even...
How are you that fucking fine?
Where...
Why don't you leave me alone?
The curvature of everything and the...
It don't make no fucking sense how fine you are.
It's just, where did you come from? Where did you go? So... we will read an interesting tidbit that's got some of the Beehive buzzing in overdrive with anxiety. She's talking about the pandemic and how it's affecting her as a queen.
Right.
Said it would be difficult to experience life in a pandemic and the current social unrest and not be changed. I've learned that my voice is clearer when I'm still. I truly cherish this time with my family, and my new goal is to slow down and shed stressful things from my life. I came into the industry at 15 years old and grew up with the world watching and have put out projects nonstop. Ain't it the damn
Facts.
truth? I released Lemonade during the Formation World Tour, gave birth to twins, performed at Coachella, directed Homecoming, went on another world tour with Jade, then Black is King, all back to back.
All this shit.
It's been heavy and hectic. I spent a lot of time focusing on building my legacy and representing my culture the best way I know how. Now I've decided to give myself permission to focus on my joy. So, of course, we're taking this as Mama's taking a break, minding her business, loving on her babies and loving on her family. And y'all gonna have to kiss her ass until she's interested again.
Yeah. And I mean, honestly, I saw this coming. We have already had Beyonce give us a break before, when she needed to go focus on Beyonce as a person and not Beyonce, the public figure. So, like she said, she has been putting out so much stuff, and even more just in the past few years, that, of course, when the whole globe is being forced to slow down, Beyonce is going to be like, oh, yes, bitch, let me slow down. I'm going to sit here and do flashcards with the twins. I'm going to help Blue Ivy with her epidemiology weekly reports for you dumbass girls, posting them on Facebook so you hoes will learn something. I'm gonna go out here and tend to my fucking bees, because of course I have,
which I love.
I love that shit. Of course Beyonce has bees and gives
she
her...
says she has 2 beehives and nearly 80,000
yes
bees. And that they make hundreds of jars of honey a year. She said, I started the beehives because my daughters, Boo and Rumi, both have terrible allergies, and honey has countless healing properties. Honey, I take my motherfucking ass down to the Trader Joe's or to the local groceria, and I pick up whatever raw offerings they have. Mama said, I will just, import the bees.
Cut out the middleman.
And I will just harvest the honey myself.
And I can see her out there in that whole fucking getup, harvesting the honey or whatever the fuck you do. I don't know the process, but I could see Beyonce out there doing it because, of course, if she wants to, she's going to put all of her focus into being good at it. I know she'll never sell us this honey, but the things I would do to get a fucking jar of this honey, they ungodly, and I shan't say them aloud. But, bitch, I would do something fucking strange.
Don't ever in your life simply let us fantasize. Don't ever give it. You better keep that honey in the family.
She's not
Pass
selling
them
it.
bees down by generations. Of course she's not. Fuck y'all.
Whatever money she would make off the honey is nothing compared to the money she makes off of doing like anything else. So of course she
literally, like, sweetie, all of her clothes are sold out. She's not concerned about whatever the fuck. Take your motherfucking ass down to your local place and buy your piss poor honey.
Right. Okay? Go on down to Whole Foods and get whatever they got in the locked up safe in Harlem, because they lock up the good honey in Harlem.
Of course they do. They lock up the good everything everywhere in this goddamn city.
So go on down there and get your little, raw honey and take you a tablespoon and hope that helps. But as for my children, it don't get more local than they own damn backyard.
Yeah. And that's the end, sweetie. I'm done talking to you about it.
I love it.
Go ahead and take your break, mama. Not only did you do all the things you said, you also danced full out in heels while pregnant multiple times with that first baby that motherfuckers then tried to tell you that you didn't even give birth to. Fuck us. Take all the goddamn time you desire. You know how many motherfucking Beyonce songs and videos I got to watch?
Right.
I'm fine until you feel otherwise.
You've given us more than enough. So, take your break and enjoy your family.
What else do we got? I don't know why I wanted to mention this.
Oh, Lord.
I don't really. I was just like, honestly, I was looking for stories this week and I was not doing a good job finding a lot. Okay. So I landed on Floyd Mayweather's daughter is pregnant by this rat nigga, NBA Youngboy. And so NBA Youngboy is the one who looks like Roger Klotz.
He's somebody else's baby daddy too, though. I don't know who, but I've heard that.
Oh, very much likely. I don't know.
Okay.
I don't doubt it.
All right.
But yeah, this is the same young man, I believe, that Yaya Mayweather shanked a girl for, sliced someone apparently in an altercation that took place over this man. He himself is apparently also being investigated for kidnapping, for assault. Assault and attempted kidnapping. Yes.
Jesus
At
Christ.
the moment.
Okay.
And Floyd Mayweather went ahead and confirmed that his daughter is expecting a baby by this nigga that he clearly is not fond of. But he says that he wants her to be happy. And so if she is, he is, and so is her mom, etc., etc. So there you go for that. If you've been following the Yaya Mayweather NBA Youngboy saga,
Lord.
First of all, I assume you're probably 16 years old, maybe 15 years old.
And you don't have shit else to do.
There's the latest. I felt like sharing that with you guys. And young ma'am,
Miss Yaya.
why? You already went to jail for this nigga. Like, your dad is, well, assumedly incredibly rich. 50 Cent accuses him of having spent all of that money. And so
I don't know how he could. He got like $5 million for every 30 seconds he was fighting.
Right. So it can't possibly because, he buys me nice things or dick. Like, girl, here we are. And so good luck with that. But just know that your baby will be fine. And you don't have to deal with this nigga and his shit regardless.
Right.
Now you do because you have to co-parent. But anyway.
That was something that probably should have been considered beforehand. But if you think about how most people tend to look for something that they didn't get in their childhood, but in that same search end up choosing the same people that emulate the parent that they had the most issues with. I'm not surprised that she ended up having a baby by this boy, because it's not like Floyd Mayweather is particularly smart or emotionally intelligent or, respectful to women. Right. There's nothing about him that says, yes, I would like my daughter to marry this type of nigga. So, of course, or not even marry, but procreate with. So, of course, I'm just not shocked that this is where she ended up. I hope their baby is, healthy and she has a safe pregnancy and all that. But some niggas just feel like a lost cause.
I just feel like when it gets to the point where blood is drawn and fingerprints are taken, should just go ahead and consider something else.
Yeah. I mean, when it's both of them. When it was one or the other, then you could think about it. But both, sis, come on.
So Lil Wayne is the latest out of touch nigga to take a picture with Flamin' Hot Crow's feet himself, Donald Trump. And, can't say I'm shocked. Won't even really say I'm disappointed. At this point, maybe more concerned.
Yeah.
For us all. Lil Tunechi tweeted, just had a great meeting with real Donald Trump at POTUS. Besides what he's done so far with criminal reform, the Platinum Plan is going to give the community real ownership. You think they just texted him this and just said, here's the
right? Just
he listened to what he had to say today and assured he will and can get it done with the little, like, cowabunga emoji. I don't know what it's called. So my theory here is that Wayne might be having like a reverse bad hair situation where perhaps the bleach in his poor neglected dreads has just seeped down into the root and into his brain. And here is where we at. Who put him in this cardigan-esque deep V Sailor Moon like sweater and turtleneck? Shave it. Anyway,
right.
So
looking like a private school kid. What is this outfit? What? And what was the purpose?
I can't. These niggas are so like they say, how much we gotta pay in taxes? Sign me up. Like
But Lil Wayne has been saying stupid shit politically for a while. I think that's why I wasn't shocked. This nigga already said like Black Lives Matter don't have nothing to do with him and all that shit. So I'm just not shocked that he said something dumb. And like a lot of other rich Black men specifically, but I'll say rich Black people, a lot of them vote conservative just because of tax issues. So would not be surprised at all that Lil Wayne probably cannot name 5 things Donald Trump has done during this administration. So he's just worried about them taxes. That's it, and that's all. Don't ask him nothing else.
Yeah, I don't really know what to say or to make of this. It's really disappointing. I mean, it's like concerning again, as I said, because a lot of these niggas with influence really will be excused for this by many of y'all. And some of y'all will actually, like, I know many of us, can look at this for what it is, whether you continue to stand Weezy or not. But some of y'all are stupid. And so that part, is concerning because we have things to do today. So, girl, I don't give a fuck. Let me tell you something. The taxes that Lil Wayne is worried about ain't got nothing to do with you. Don't listen to this man or the Platinum Plan, the Bronze Plan, the Gold Plan, the Plastic Plan. Bitch, I don't give a fuck what, like...
Right.
Make sure your ducks in a row. I don't care how many Carters you purchase, bitch. This ain't got nothing to do with you. He's dumb. So let's leave that there.
Right. I mean, and I just don't know how dumb you have to be to think Donald Trump is going to do something nice for niggas and niggas exclusively. I just don't know how dumb you would have to be to believe that.
to make time out of his white ass supremacist ass day to be like, let's consider the Negroes for half an hour.
Yeah,
He don't give a fuck about you bitches. Are you kidding me?
Man.
Are you kidding me? This man does not give a fuck at all.
Not at all,
I cannot
girl.
understand this. How are y'all still getting like walking directly into this? Like I know maybe like a tiny percentage of y'all really thought you were going to meet up with this man and make a difference. But I know that a lot, if not most of y'all simply are like, I want to keep as much of my money as possible. And my white attorney told me all I've got to do is take this DM from Donald Trump and that it would save me $10 million. Like, y'all don't give a fuck about us, just like T.I., but I'll get to that later.
Oh, yes.
I think that's it for me in the hot tops today. It's a bit shorter than usual, but as I said, I'm already plunged into the anxiety of what is sure to be a week filled with hellfire and brimstone.
Yeah.
So, this is what I could find. And we're going to take a break. Come back with your letters. Talkspace is on a mission to make therapy affordable and accessible for all, and they have thousands of licensed therapists trained in over 40 specialties. Talkspace will find you the perfect therapist for your goals. The bottom line is that we all need someone to talk to, especially right now. Talkspace wants to give us the support we deserve at a price that we can afford. As a listener of this podcast, you can get $100 off your first month on Talkspace. So to match with your perfect therapist, go to Talkspace.com or download the app now. Make sure to use the code READ to get $100 off your first month and show support for the show. That's Read and Talkspace.com. Go talk to somebody, get some stuff off of your chest, off your shoulders, girl. We gonna get through it. And let's get back to our show. Okay, so it's now time for your listener letters.
Yes, send your questions to asktheread@gmail.com. We may read them aloud on the show. We have quite a few updates and information this week. One comes from Bonnie, who just wants to let us know about the Shonda Rhimes and Disney situation. She said, just wanted to tell y'all that the past employees do get into the park for free, but that does not include food. However, there is a pretty good discount on the food. I believe it's 40%. Regardless, how dare anybody try and deny Shonda or her babies anything after all the cash she has brought in for Disney. Facts, Bonnie. And thank you for that information. I had a feeling it didn't include literally everything, but...
No shade. What does that change? We didn't say anything. I don't remember saying anything about food.
No, I think maybe I specifically just wondered whether the food was included in the cost of the ticket or not. Apparently not, but regardless.
I know somebody sent me a tweet that was like, actually, Disneyland is like 35 miles south of wherever they shoot stuff for ABC, but it was cute that you thought you knew something.
Oh!
So there's that.
Okay, well,
But I did... Yeah, the past thing sounds just about right. Did you see the clip of her new show on Netflix or coming to Netflix?
No, I don't think I did.
It's like a 18th century Gossip Girl-esque.
Oh, let me watch that. I'll watch it as soon as we're done. It sounds like mess, and so
yes, it's definitely going to be mess.
Okay, well, I don't have anything else to do. So absolutely, let's do it. We also have an update this week from Margot, who was talking about whether she should push back her own wedding or whatever. So she said, as a reminder of your response, you said that we should push back on the vendors and insist that they refund our money and postpone our big wedding and or have a small ceremony. I think Kid Fury mentioned the possibility of one of our grandmothers getting sick at a big party, and that really struck a chord with my partner and me. Ultimately, our vendors allowed us to push the wedding again until August 2021, and in the interim, we had a small wedding in my parents' backyard. It was great. There's no way in hell I could have enjoyed the 150-person wedding we were initially planning for this fall. So with that said, let me just say Cynthia sounds fucking crazy for having a wedding in the middle of the pandemic. I can't imagine having done the same. But thanks so much for your advice from earlier this year. Please take care of yourselves. Sending you love. Thanks, Margot. Thank you, girl. Yeah, glad y'all made a much smarter decision, because I also just could not understand where she was coming from with that event, but to each his own. I mean, it just does not Like, it's an airborne virus, y'all. It's not. It's like you breathe and another nigga can get it. But okay.
How much different does it make when it's outside?
So it's significant. It's significant.
Yeah.
It makes a big difference for it to be outside, but also the distance apart that people are from one another still matters.
Right.
And whether they're wearing a mask still matters. So outside, a reasonable distance and everybody with a mask on is the safest way to have a big event, but it's still not necessarily safe.
Right. That's what I assumed. Okay.
Right. So, yeah, glad it worked out for you, sis. Let's move on to the questions this week. This first one comes from Tiana, who says, I'm 23 years old and I live in New York. I've always been the goody child in my household. I got perfect grades. I never stepped out of line, didn't party, etc., etc. Beneath everything I did was the motivation to please my parents, who have always been loving, but who have also held me to extremely high standards. What, did I read this one already?
I don't think so.
Oh my God. Okay, I hope not.
Familiar?
I mean, kind of.
You want to just not read it?
I feel like this is, oh no, poor girl.
Finish reading it. Let me see if it comes back.
Okay. Okay. Earlier this year, I was having a conversation with my parents about my younger sister, who is my best friend and who has always been much less goody than I am. They mentioned that she told them she felt like it was hard to talk to them about things because she was always scared she'd disappoint them. My dad said, but if she's scared to disappoint us, doesn't that mean we're raising her with the right values? Suddenly, I saw how manipulative my parents can be sometimes under the guise of good parenting. It's one thing to raise a child with good values, but to make them feel bad and punishing them for making their own choices just is not right. I began to realize, okay, yeah, no, the more I read it, the more I'm like, no, I don't think so. It's just a lot of y'all that be writing in about your parents. So,
yeah.
All right. I began to realize that I can't live my life with the goal of always satisfying my parents. I learned how to speak my mind. My dad and I got into a 2-week silent treatment after I wrote a story about racism in my industry, which was her sidebar. I stood up to my mom after she called to nag me about railing against the government on social media, etc., etc. What I'm wondering is, how did both of you learn to stand up to your parents and to be yourselves, even when your parents didn't like your choices? I feel like this issue is predominant in Black and Brown communities, and I feel like I'm blocking my own self-improvement and happiness by continuing to seek their approval. However, it's really difficult to stand up to them and to live my life without fear of retribution. Hope you guys have some peace today. Thanks again. All the love, Tiana.
Thanks. I mean, I'm thinking, and I feel like I don't know if I ever had like a stand up to them moment. I think that honestly, in my teens, I was so just doing whatever the fuck that I wanted that I think my parents were just like, this nigga is just gonna do whatever the fuck he wants. You know, like
right.
There was a certain point where it was like, I had clearly been doing my own thing. Like I wasn't like a complete mess. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't like coming home with the police or like stealing from them or like doing no wild shit or whatever like that. But I was just like, you know, I stayed with an attitude. I wasn't doing shit in school for a good portion of stuff. Like I just kind of did whatever the fuck I wanted to do in many ways. And I had to sort of learn the hard way. So I think after a while, my parents were like, you know what I'm not going to do is raise my blood pressure and stress myself out because you can't listen. What you're going to have to do is eventually get your ass out of my house. So,
well, there is always that.
Implied. This wasn't said for me. But I think something that also helped me, I think, is just making the effort on my own to go out in the world and do my own shit and like establish self-sufficiency. I feel like as it is, the fact that I don't call them for anything, I also live in a completely different city than them. I feel like I don't even know that they would really try to come at me on some, well, look at your choices. You know what I mean? Like, I think they're going to say things if they feel concerned or if they feel compelled to, and they do, you know what I mean? But I don't feel like they come at me from that angle of like, you know, what's going on. Because first of all, my business is my business. I don't go up in there and me telling them every single corner of everything that's going on in my life and who I'm dating or who I talk to or last thing that happened to me at my job or how this white person. Like, I don't really do all of that. So I don't know. But I do know that I would have no problem in a scenario where I felt like I needed to stand up for myself, stand my ground or whatever, doing that. Because again, at this point, we're simply family. They're not, you know, supervising my life, managing me. They're not feeding me or anything like that. So it really wouldn't be hard for me to respectfully say, you know what, I'm an adult. And at this point, I gotta, you know, do what I'm going to do. I don't know that I've given them too much reason to feel like, you know, I'm out here like acting like a serial killer or doing some wild shit, you know what I'm saying? But at the same time, if anybody was to voice any concern, sometimes I have other relatives that try to do it and I'm politely like, I got this, you know, like that's it. Because I also don't really feel like it's worth like, you know, a big drum roll and a speech, you know, like, yeah, again, if I'm relying on you for a roof and food and water and things like that, I feel like there's a certain amount of ribbing you got to take. Disrespect? No. Trauma and triggering? Absolutely the fuck not. But like, hey girl, I mean, the least you could do is this, or what time you coming in the house? Like that kind of stuff, to a degree, I get it. But like, girl, if I'm taking care of my bills, your bills, our bills, whatever the fuck, I feel like a simple, okay girl, that's nice, is enough. Because like, what can you really say to that? I don't know. You know your parents more than I do. Yeah. But I don't know.
No, I mean, I think that's very real. Like, obviously the advice is different if you live with your parents, and then it's different if like you're dependent on them versus if you're taking care of yourself and contributing to the household or whatever. It's kind of like,
right.
I don't know. It's strange because I don't feel like this is morally right necessarily, but the more independence you have, the easier it is to assert yourself and stand up for yourself because you're not dependent on these people for your life. So I'm not even going to say necessarily that you shouldn't do it, just that it's a lot easier when you can tell them, look, I'm grown and I will literally live my life however I want to. And if you don't like it, suck an egg and then get in your car and go home. Like that's a lot easier to do as opposed to like going upstairs and then asking your mama what time dinner is going to be ready. So
right.
So I would just, I mean, I don't know. I feel like maybe you should ask somebody who was like a more preferred daughter than I was, because it was pretty easy for me. It was pretty easy for me to stand up to my parents because they didn't like my choices starting from a very young age. So by the time I was like 17, 18 years old, we were fully not friends. And so, you know, they weren't going to like my choices no damn way. So it's been fairly easy for me to stand up to them just because I've never been, or not since I was like in 5th grade, was I the goody, you know, perfect daughter in their eyes. So it was probably easier for us because we were already outcasts in one way or another.
Yeah, I think so.
Honestly, because when it's like you already know that your parents disapprove of you as a person, it's like, well, what's another thing that you don't like? You know, I might as well be ultra fucking liberal on top of dating women and on top of wearing pants to church and whatever other sins I am committing, because why not?
I'm telling you, like, at this point, they're just glad that I'm not dead and I don't need them for shit. Like, that in itself is like, what do I need to say to you? Yeah. Honestly, I thought you were going to be here until you were 45. I really honestly expected that, like, if you made it to 45, let's be honest, and like that you were really just going to be in here getting on our damn nerves all of this time. So the fact that it's not that, the fact that you have, you know, not only a job and a place to live and food to put in your belly, but like your own business, like that's very nice. So what, you know what I'm saying? Like, I honestly feel like you said, I was so much of a fuck up in my teens. They had already been like, woo! You know, best case scenario, you live a full life. Like a full life outside of prison, we'll take it. The fact that I left and didn't come back is probably enough. I think maybe you do need to ask somebody else.
Niggas was very unsure about me. So, maybe they always had high hopes for, but they dreams died for me a long time ago. And so it was easier for me to be the trash rebel child because of
that. Because I was placed on you.
Yeah. I mean, well, that's true. And let's not get into that because that's a whole fucking therapy session. But when it comes down to it, no matter who you are, how much your parents like you, you don't have to put up with bullshit, or you should not have to put up with bullshit just because they're your parents. And if you have any kind of independence or autonomy over your own life at all, then you have to be in a place where you are ready to establish boundaries with your parents and to follow through if they can't respect it.
Yes.
So if they have a problem with the things you post on social media, you can tell them, I understand that it upsets you. Perhaps it's best for you to unfollow me or block me, or, maybe we'll just talk in person where politics don't have to come up necessarily unless, again, you're super passionate about that. But if you don't like the memes I post, mama, feel free to click unfollow on Instagram or Facebook or whatever else, and you'll just have to be all right. Like, you're 23 years old. You are an adult. I don't know necessarily how independent you are, but you have to get to that mindset. That's the thing. It can't just be you wishing that your parents would treat you like an adult. You have to show them that they have to treat you like an adult.
Yeah.
And again, easier to do if you're independent.
Right. Because I was going to say, even if it is a situation where you're not super independent right now, yeah, you are still growing. You can post what you want and, you know what I'm saying, wear what you want, those kinds of things. So, again, it might have to be as simple as in, okay, you know what I'm saying, but I'm still old enough at this point to make these types of decisions and do these types of things. I understand you don't like it. That's fine. I respect that. But I'm going to do, you know what I mean? Like, you can speak to your parents or people who hold a certain, are supposed to be held with a certain level of tact or respect or whatever it is you may have. You can speak to them just like regular human beings. It doesn't mean that they're always going to create an environment where that feels safe or comfortable, because sometimes you'll approach them like that and parents will simply be assholes because they're parents and because they feel like they can be, and you're supposed to take it because you're their child, which isn't valid, but that's again another conversation.
Right.
What I'm trying to say, I guess, is like I said before, the annoyance of them trying to get on you for shit like that is a thing. Like, for instance, God bless her, I love her eternally, my mom's mom still be on her nerves. Like, my mom's mom will still go to her house and be like, really, girl, this is what you're cooking for dinner tonight? Or, you can pick up a bit. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
Still judgmental as hell. And it is what it is. Like, sometimes that's just in the person that is your parent, but you can absolutely establish boundaries respectfully, whether or not you need them for blank.
Right.
But if you super don't need them for blank, it is way easier. Yes.
Like, much, much easier. But regardless, you have to be in the mind space to where you feel like you can stand up to them. If you still feel like you too scared, or those are my parents, so I can't say that to them, then you might as well save your breath, because if you're not going to follow through on what you say, then all you're doing is wasting their time and lying to yourself. So,
yeah.
Build
that practice up now.
It's kind of like how when people say, when you really get sick of a nigga, it ain't nothing that can change your mind. When you really get sick of them disrespecting you like that, you won't want to go back. So,
yeah. Yes.
Maybe you're there, maybe you're not, but either way, best of luck to you. Okay, let's move on. Okay, our next question, she gave us a fake name, but we've already used it today, so give me another fake name.
Rella,
yes, amen. Rella said, I'm a recovering serial dater, and earlier this year I decided to stop dating niggas until I was clear on my intentions and what I wanted, because men are trash. Within the past few months, my friends and therapists have encouraged me to start dating again because I'm showing signs that I want companionship. So I hopped my black ass on Hinge and I found some niggas.
What is this Hinge?
Everybody is on Hinge, child. We late.
What? Hinge app.
I met this one beautiful Black African king who had great convo, wasn't misogynistic, thoughtful dates, etc., etc. Our date went great. I took him to one of my favorite Black-owned restaurants, and everything went well until the bill came. I went to the bathroom because the bill is none of my business. When I got back, he got up and went to the bathroom, and I took a peek at the bill and noticed that the tip line was crossed out. I double checked just to make sure because I ain't have my glasses on, but yes, no tip. I thought maybe the gratuity was included because we were in Brooklyn, or maybe he gave cash, although I've never seen him with any cash. I'm a Black woman who is a part of feeling like I'm a Black woman, a part of the tipping is very damn important club. I am a 25% type of girl. So to leave a Black-owned business without tipping in a pandemic is killing me. My question is, how do you ask, nigga, did you tip nicely? Would y'all cut somebody off for being a poor tipper? How are niggas out here really not tipping in the middle of a pandemic? Please help. Thanks. What did you call her? Rella?
Rella.
God. Okay. Yes, Rella.
Sweet cocoa buttery Jesus. You invited this nigga that you're going on a date with from an app to a restaurant.
Mm-hmm.
Get up when the bill comes, which cute classic move. Get up when the bill comes to go to the bathroom because it's none of your business. But then it becomes your business when you see that this nigga ain't leaving no tip. I don't know if you talk about you a 25% and up girl and all of this other stuff, which I totally respect. I'm the exact same way. But like, girl, if it meant that much to you, then why didn't you partake in the bill?
Yes.
You're the one who invited him there. Furthermore, sweetheart, he may have crossed out the tip because he expected you to pay it. Because again, was this the first date?
I think so. She said our date the other day. So I'm assuming this was the first date they went on.
Okay. Again, regardless, to me, he may have been like, oh, so she gonna get her ass now that the bill came. The fuck? He paid for the food or whatever. You could have just dropped the bill, especially since, the tip, since it was that important to you. Like, I don't understand how you claim that the bill wasn't your business, but then you pissed that he didn't leave a tip. And now you're so pissed that you're writing into this podcast about it as if we were supposed to drag him. Girl, you should have paid that shit yourself.
Yeah, that's the thing.
What are you talking about?
If you were that stressed about the tip, then you should have just tipped yourself and maybe brought it up to him or even said something then. Like, the fact that you just let it go and went on about the rest of your evening without bringing up the tip is very confusing to me because it's like you either are super invested in it or you're not. If I'm out somewhere,
right.
Which also didn't even bring up the foolishness of going to a restaurant in Brooklyn in the middle of a fucking pandemic. But the fact that y'all went out anyway.
Just eating outside.
Not in these 50 degrees, they not. It ain't warm enough in Brooklyn for that shit.
Oh, it is cold now.
It's cold as fucking New York. So, but maybe y'all did. Maybe they got heat lamps out there. So let me not judge.
Oh, yeah, they do.
They might have heat lamps wherever y'all went to. But regardless, I feel like tipping has always been non-negotiable, but especially now. So,
yeah.
If I had even the slightest suspicion that the person I was with didn't tip, I would have done it anyway, just because I cannot do that to somebody, risking their life to bring me my fucking corn fritters or whatever. Like, I just cannot do that. So I think you should have taken care of it yourself or said something to him about it when y'all at the restaurant. Like, nigga, I know you didn't just not tip, and then maybe y'all could have had a conversation like, bitch, I know you didn't just get up when the bill was due. So
you mean
and then y'all could have went back and
mad
forth.
The nigga didn't tip, but you didn't tip either. Yeah. But you writing to us about it? You better drive by there and drop them off a couple of bills. Just like, what are we supposed to do? I don't understand. Like,
so would you cut somebody off for being a bad tipper?
That's what I'm saying. Like, as far as this nigga goes, I would again, have tipped them myself, but then I'd go based on his behavior moving forward. If we were to go out and it happened again and I established, oh, like this nigga doesn't tip or he's a trash tipper or something like that, then I would go for it. I'm telling you, mama, that this nigga may have been like, oh, we're not there yet. I'll pay for the food and you can cover the bill. I mean, the tip. Because that's just how some people go. Like, you clearly haven't had a discussion about, going Dutch or whatever or something like that, but you're living for him being an African king and whatever pictures he probably had on Hinge or some other shit like that. I feel like the way that you went about this really isn't clean enough to establish the type of guy he is as it pertains to leaving a tip to a Black-owned restaurant or not. You know what I'm saying? And if y'all walked out there and didn't tip anybody at all, then girl, I feel like, you just as guilty. What's the difference?
Yeah.
They still didn't get no damn tip. And they, like Crystal said, was out there risking their goddamn life and their lungs and whatever the fuck else.
Yeah.
To bring you your, loaded baked potato skins or whatever.
Right. Your margaritas and everything, girl. So yeah, if y'all didn't tip, then that was a community did not tip effort. But yeah. I feel like you also gave up a prime opportunity, because I would have been like, oh my God, I don't see a tip here. Let me make sure I take care of that.
Yeah.
Like, this nigga would have seen me going out of my way to make sure this lady got tipped. Like,
yes.
It feels to me like you were afraid of the confrontation, afraid to ask him, because you asking us now, like, how do you ask it nicely? But you should have asked him right there. Like, so what's going on? Do you feel like she didn't deserve it? Like, let's talk about why there's literally nothing here. Like, it just would have been important enough for me to bring up in that moment. So
you could have done a fake ass gasp. You're not gonna tip them? Like something, it's like you could have. I don't see no tip. Played it off.
Just go to the ATM right quick, because I know I'm not gonna leave this restaurant.
Oh, let me get this. Like, you could have done that. That could have been a simple gateway into the conversation of tipping in general or whatever. But I think Crystal is correct. Like, that could have been something you addressed, should have been something you addressed when it happens. Not only by tipping the damn people in the restaurant, but also by mentioning it, so you could have an establishment on how this nigga works around tipping. Because again, I would not be surprised if he saw your ass get up when that bill came and was like, I got something for her.
Yep. Like, I already know what the fuck this is. I'm already not a gender roles type person. I'm not like a men should pay for everything or women should pay for everything type of thing. And honestly, with most people, the difference in what y'all make is not significant enough to really be arguing about it. So I think, now that you're after the fact, you obviously cannot go back to the moment. I would just say, I noticed that when we went out the other day, there was no tip left. Like, or maybe the next time y'all go out, maybe that, because it's kind of awkward to be like, I noticed.
I was just gonna say
4.5 days ago that you did not tip that girl at the whatever bar. So maybe the next time y'all go out, y'all can be open and honest about things. Like, you'll feel more comfortable talking about the bill and who's gonna take care of it and the tip and all that, because it's just really no point in seeing somebody without like basic things like this being open and free on the table for discussion.
I agree.
Okay. Best of luck to you, Sistren. Our last question comes from Keisha, who says, my best friend and I are in our early 30s and we have been friends since we were teenagers. We're super close, but over the last couple of years, we've been growing apart because she is obsessed with conspiracy theories on like a Pizzagate level type of shit. At first, it started with her hotep viewpoints, like shaming Black women for calling out misogynoir and referring to critiques of anti-feminist men as men bashing. I had an issue with it then, but I dismissed it as pick-me behavior in an attempt to show her grace and keep the peace. However, it has recently got to the point where, thanks to, oh Lord, she names a lot of specific people here, and I'm not going to be that messy, but let's just say a bunch of hotep niggas. Thanks to
I've already picked 3. I'm sure they're all. I already know.
They are.
Yeah.
So, yes, thanks to these niggas, she has started saying shit like Hitler may have been onto God, what?
Hitler may have been on to something.
And saying that black people, oh my God. Basically, she been riding that Nick Cannon wave ever since he became a global brand ambassador for beauty supply turbans. Oh my God. See what Facebook will do?
Oh my God.
I was so shook when she said that shit, and I am so upset at her adoption of such ideologies that has finally brought me to the point of wanting to end the friendship. I find her to be very fucking irresponsible, and I think she engages in self-hate and hypocrisy, dragging other black women from wanting things that she believes are unattainable for herself. However, she is one of my oldest, most loyal friends. I do still love and care for her as a person, and she is in a very vulnerable state right now physically. So I feel fucked up for even contemplating cutting her off. I also know that you can't argue with crazy, and I fear that the confrontation will most definitely result from me being honest about how I feel and why I'm contemplating ending the relationship. Please tell me what to do. Side note from me, Crystal. We never tell y'all what to do. We tell you what we would do.
Yeah.
Important legal distinction. Okay.
Yeah.
I am sad at the prospect of losing this person because of our history, but I cannot keep undergoing the stress and frustration it causes me to be associated with someone who I love but no longer like. Please help, Keisha.
There is a wide open let it go reference right there. But I'm just going to step around it.
Okay.
I just couldn't imagine having a friend say some wild shit like that and maintain a friendship with them.
Yeah.
Best case, I might love them from afar. You know, i.e. John Legend and Kanye. I think that...
Oh my God, he did say that. They were like, we distant friends. Oh, right.
Because the thing about this QAnon bullshit is that it's like, girl, you get lost in them fucking Facebook posts and then be standing outside of Kroger with signs and pickets and whatever the fuck talking about how, you know, I don't know, Joe Biden and the Democrats are eating baby spines so that they can live forever or whatever the fuck.
God,
like,
yes.
I don't want to hear anything about it. Like, I'm not interested. But if you're going to say some wild, like inflammatory, disgusting shit about Hitler or whatever the fuck, based on some dumb ass conspiracy theories that you've been reading off of Facebook, like, mama, if there's not one thing that 2020 has taught me, it's that I need to keep my peace as close to myself as I possibly can. And you're disturbing it. You're disturbing it. Like, I don't want this. I mean, like, if this is a very, 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 very close friend that I'm incredibly emotionally attached to, I think in that moment, I would try to have as long and deep a conversation with them to get them to understand that they are wilding out. No pun intended. To, you know, and hopefully end that at some sort of an understanding and resolution that leads me, you know, to believe that I can continue to be friends with this person, maybe get through to them and possibly have them disable their Facebook account. Because what do you really have it for anyway, besides to connect to every other website you don't want to build an account for now?
Okay.
And yeah, that's really it. I don't give a fuck about, you know, none of that other shit that you said about Christine or whatever the fuck her name was. Because she said Hitler might have... Girl, let me tell you something.
We're ending it right there, sis. Hitler may have made some points. We cannot be friends.
I would have hit her with the Tiffany Pollard. Not you.
I would have said, do you think Hitler wouldn't have burned Joe Black ass right the fuck up? I'm sorry. Is there something...
You.
Like this anti-Semitism, and like, I don't even really want to get into the fact that a lot of Jewish people are racist, because yes, they are. I mean,
sure, yeah.
A lot of people in America are racist. So yes, but when you but see, there are nuanced conversations to have about racism in America, including racism between like Jewish people and Black people. However, where the conversation does not go is to Hitler may have been on to something. Because, bitch, like...
There's something about that Hitler. Like, we would have been friends.
We literally can't even talk. Like, bitch, we cannot... Because that lets me know that you passed the point of thinking rationally about anything. when you tell me the nigga who was gassing babies might have had a point or two, I literally can't even talk to you no more. Like, you're simply not making sense, and you're so far off the deep end that I don't feel like I can reach you. So I get that this is one of your absolute closest friends. But she may have had a little bit too much of the Dr. Whomever Kool-Aid, and because I'm sure it was a Dr. somebody, whether they really have that PhD or not. I'm sure Dr. somebody convinced her that this was true. So, I think this is the type of thing where you have to tell her, I love you down, and I understand you going through a lot, and I don't want to not be here for you. However, you sounding like a white supremacist these days, and I just can't let that energy in my life. Like, look at everything that's going on. By the time this episode comes out, America will be in the middle of some full-fledged, up to the goddamn max fuckery when it comes to this election and white supremacy and voter suppression and everything that goes along with it.
It is going to be...
It's going to be so bad.
The fucking worst.
It is going to be so bad.
And on.
Right.
Like, I've been prepared for this all year because I already know.
We all have.
Regardless.
Everybody has known that as bad as 2020 is, November means it's almost certainly finna get worse.
It's just gonna be.
Right. So, like, girl, I literally can't handle no more white supremacy in my life. I cannot.
Especially not from one of my friends.
Right. I cannot have you over here talking like a Trump voter. Like, I literally just cannot take it. You don't. Yeah. And you don't owe her your peace. You said she's going through a lot and she's vulnerable right now. And so that's understandable as to why you still want to be a good friend. But if she's stressing you the fuck out, like, you don't owe her high blood pressure. You don't owe her any number of other health issues or even just being stressed the fuck out. Like, you're allowed to limit the people around you to those who bring peace to your life.
She needed intervention.
Right. You might want to tell her, look, get the fuck off Facebook, first and foremost. Let's have you follow. And I understand Black people have a genuine distrust and a real distrust of a lot of aspects of the medical industry because they have certainly been racist before and still are now. And so it's healthy to ask questions. What is not healthy to do is adopt the ideology of the oppressor. That's what's not healthy. So,
yeah.
And that's where niggas are not thinking. Niggas watch a couple Facebook videos. They see a nigga go live on Instagram and all of a sudden they got a whole new blueprint for life without thinking one fucking thing through. So, lay it out with her and be very honest. And then wherever the conversation goes from there, be prepared to take care of yourself. Maybe she'll be like, damn, bitch, you right. I've been fucking tripping. Like,
you should send her clips of all of the fucking stained, dripping, wet, sweaty chuds all over the fucking country that sound exactly like her.
Like, because,
like, this is you, sis.
Have you watched Fox News? Because you sound just like them dumbasses who keep getting left at Trump rallies in the middle of the night when it's freezing cold outside, risking hypothermia and shit because ain't no buses to take them back to their car. You sound just like them dumb fucks. And I don't think you want to sound like that, girl. I'm just saying. You my nigga, and I don't want you to go out like that. So yeah, since she is one of your closest friends, have the conversation, but be prepared to be like, I gotta love your ass from a distance until you over this shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hopefully it's a phase.
Yeah, because sometimes it fucking be like that. All right.
Yeah.
That wraps up the questions this week. Send yours to asktheread@gmail.com. We're going to take a quick break and we'll be right back.
Turn your dream into a reality, guys. With Squarespace, they make it easier than ever to launch a website, whether you're starting a blog or a passion product or a gallery of your photographs and things of that nature. It's really, really easy to do. They've got loads of different kinds of templates. You can go on there and check out, ways and styles that your website would be displayed online and on mobile, because you don't have to worry about patching or upgrading anything for your website, for your stuff to be optimized for mobile. It's right and ready, right out of the box. They've got a powerful e-commerce functionality that lets you sell anything that you want online and analytics that help your website grow in real time. Their award-winning customer support line is open 24/7, which I'm not going to shade anybody who doesn't have 24/7 award customer support lines, but they're important, especially with things going on the way they are now.
Yes.
So go to squarespace.com/read for a free trial. When you're ready to launch, use the code READ to save 10% off of your first purchase of a website or a domain. That's squarespace.com/read. Offer code READ. Go build a new website and have some fun, and let's finish the show. Okay, so we're back, and it is now time for the read.
Yes, and you brought up T.I., and I'm so happy because that is the same person I was going to talk about this week. So
go for it.
I was going to say, I don't know if you want me to start or what, but if you did not hear about it, there is a man named Speedy Morman. He hosts a show on Complex called... What is this show called? I'm sorry. Google Speedy Complex. You'll find it. But so he was talking about how to keep COVID away, talking about how to beat COVID because T.I., like we talked about on this show, had an album release party. Niggas in general in Atlanta have been doing the absolute goddamn most maskless. Most of that is because the Georgia government will not make niggas sit on their ass, just like the federal government won't, just like basically every other state's government won't. So COVID is running rampant right now through the entire country, but yes, in Atlanta, Georgia. And so Clifford decided to talk about the ways that he's personally been fighting back against the coronavirus and said that COVID begins in the throat.
How are you dragging him for something completely different?
Wait, you're not even talking about the COVID thing?
No.
Oh my God.
I don't even know what you're talking about.
Oh, nigga. Okay. So they was talking about this shit, right? Talking about how to beat COVID. And T.I. said, well, you know, COVID starts in the throat. And so if you catch it while it's still in your throat and you drink some warm liquid, the warm liquid will wash the COVID down to your stomach and then the stomach acid will kill it.
I'm disgusted.
You should watch this interview if only to see this nigga Speedy's face because he looked at him like this might be the dumbest shit I've ever heard in my life. T.I. went on to say, you know, I would rather boost my immune system to defend me against COVID, you know, instead of wearing a mask and hiding in fear of coming into contact with it. So a few things. First of all, boosting your immune system is a great idea.
You should probably do that anyway.
You should do that year round. You know, organic teas with turmeric and raw honey out of Beyonce's backyard and ginger and all that shit. All that's very, very good for you. True. However, you can have the most pristine immune system on the planet and still get COVID because COVID is airborne, meaning that you could drink all of the tea Earl Grey ever made. And you might still get that shit if you go to a fucking album release party and be all up in the face of a nigga who has it. Viruses are very, very, very small. I don't know how to explain this to niggas. You think of the smallest thing you can see and the virus is smaller than that. Viruses
way smaller.
Do not actually, when they enter your body, go directly to your throat for a 30-minute holding pattern until you feel like washing them away. That is not actually...
Yeah, they get caught up in throat customs.
Your body does not work like the airport, okay? This is not JFK. They do not get pulled to the side while we go through their luggage real quick and make sure they didn't bring back no contraband.
If you listen to Clifford, that warm water will basically ask the virus, are you traveling with any fruits or vegetables? Do you have a sum of cash over $10,000?
Did you bring plant life back from the place you came from?
Ooh, not sure if you can stay here, hon.
Oh, yes.
What?
So, yes, first of all,
losing it.
COVID does not congregate in your throat first to see if you're going to make the right decision about drinking a warm liquid or not. Secondly, you could drink a boiling liquid and it would not kill the virus once it is inside your body because, again, it's not just one little piece of the virus right there. Again, this isn't how viruses work. And furthermore, if all it took was to be in your body and then end up in your stomach, nobody would have COVID. Like, every part of this argument is so goddamn stupid. It just makes, I really don't understand. Like, we all know T.I. is a dumbass, okay? We know. We've been down this road many, many, many times. But
yeah,
a disproportionate number of the more than 200,000 people who have died from COVID are Black people. This is due to problems with racism and the way that our system is set up to value our lives much less than we do the lives of white people. So if you are going to posit yourself as somebody who can give health advice during a pandemic, I'm going to need you to stop watching old ass Dr. Sebi videos and maybe just read a little bit something about how viruses work. I don't know who gave T.I. this information, but
we should find them.
But what I don't want is for the rest of you niggas to be like, yeah, I went to the club, but as long as I drink some hot milk when I get home before I go to bed, I'm not going to catch COVID. That's not how it works. By the time you get home, it's too fucking late because it's a virus. If it's in you, it's in you. Again, it does not wait to see if you're going to do something to kill it first. You may catch it and be asymptomatic and not feel anything at all. You may catch it and die. We really don't know until you got it. But the tea will not keep you from getting it. Stomach acid does not kill COVID-19 in your body. It does not do that. It does not congregate itself in your stomach to wait for further processing.
Even Eris would be like, Daddy, no. Like that's
nigga,
not
it don't make
how
sense.
any of this works.
It do not make sense. It is airborne. That is what makes it so fucking scary. So please, I just beg of you niggas. I mean, I've been begging y'all since March to stay your asses at home.
Sweetie, that is in vain. Like none of it.
And I get that. I do.
The girls are going to do what they want to do. That is why, let's say the cases are skyrocketing back up into six figures every 24 hours and wild shit like that. There's like, at this point, I have accepted that the girls are going to do what they want to do.
Yeah.
Like, this whole thing is going to continue to go on until everybody who would die from it is dead. And then, it will inevitably mutate into COVID-2. And then we have to deal with that.
Right.
This new bad bitch virus.
It's not going nowhere
that has
for
teeth
a while.
or whatever. Right. So it's like, girl, like, whatever. I don't know.
I mean, at
just
this
here.
point,
you wake up and then there's another 24 hours and then,
another 100,000 people done tested positive. Like, I am at the point where I understand that asking y'all to stay home is pointless because nobody is making y'all stay home. And a lot of y'all act like children. Like, if you can go to the party, you will. So let me not be unnecessarily dismissive. A lot of y'all are tired of being in the house and you want to hang out with people again. And I get that.
Yeah.
But the pandemic is still going on. So if you must go out, please don't go to some building with 200 niggas from 200 other households all breathing in the same air and listening to T.I.'s album or at some other lounge in Atlanta. Like, if you must go somewhere, please wear a mask. Please be outside. Please keep your distance because this is still killing niggas. And even if it don't kill you, you're going to take it back to your house and give it to the people who live in your house and whoever they might have to interact with. God only knows a lot of y'all are sending it to kids, and then kids are going off to in-person school and passing it along there. Like, we all just want the virus to be over as soon as possible. And the more that we can look out for one another and ourselves, the faster we will get there. So please, take precautionary methods that have been proven by science to work. Feel free to boost your immune system. Cold and flu season is approaching. And I'm not playing those games either, girl. I fully get that. But understand that you can drink your specialty cocktail 3 times a day and you might still get that shit if you got your dumb ass in the club. And that's it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, thanks for that. I'm done with that.
I can't believe you had a different T.I. story.
Oh, yeah. No, I can't believe you did. I thought we were not necessarily shocked, but, there's that.
Wow.
Okay, well, I'll just jump right in.
Yeah.
So there was a story sometime last week, I believe. A Black couple that was in an Atlanta restaurant called Umi Sushi. in Buckhead, I believe. This couple was asked to leave the restaurant because this black man had sneakers on. However, said black man clocked the fact that there was a white woman mere feet away from him who also had on some sneakers. Yet, nobody asked her to do anything. Nobody asked her to move anywhere. Jesus. Nobody asked her a goddamn thing.
Oh, God.
All of this obviously is being recorded. It was posted, went viral and such and such and such. So then Umi Sushi, this place is in the hot seat. They were allegedly, this couple also told that the owner of this restaurant has, great relationships with several high-profile black people in Atlanta and with Keisha Lance Bottoms, who is honestly a mess. Like, let's be honest. And so that's what they were sort of left with, and the video was on the internet. So the owner of this restaurant then allegedly calls T.I. because he wants to sit down with T.I. and I guess explain things and talk about the change in the policy that they're going to make, whatever. So T.I. invites this man to wherever, I don't know, let's say one of his offices or something. He invites this man there. T.I.'s there with two black women who I assume work with him, for him. I don't know. And a man is sitting there talking about like, oh yeah, we're starting with removing the no sneaker policy. And I felt like, as a sneakerhead myself, it would make me a hypocrite to have a no sneaker policy in the restaurant in the first place. Then bitch, why did you? Why did you have a no sneaker policy in the bitch? If you're a self-proclaimed sneakerhead in the first place, you fucking loser. Why? And it doesn't even matter. You actually did not have a policy for no sneakers because as I mentioned, there was a white woman in the goddamn restaurant that day and probably plenty of other days that had sneakers on. You weren't concerned about that shit because it's not about the fucking sneakers, but I'll get into that in a second. The issue with this is that later, the man who was kicked out of the restaurant.
Well, I'm sorry, we haven't got to the issue with it yet.
The issue with T.I.'s involvement.
Okay, got you.
That couple never spoke to T.I. about the situation, yet T.I. received an apology on their behalf. He later went on to say on a separate Instagram video that, the restaurant people reached out to him first and somebody who works for him DM'd the couple, but they didn't hear back something, whatever. And I'm like, first of all, of course that motherfucker reached out to you first, bitch, because he knew shit was hot for him because they were put on blast for the racist, classist bullshit that they do in that restaurant. And like he apparently said, he has high profile black friends who are in Atlanta. Right. So he called up one of them and said, let's sit down and do some damage control. They don't give a fuck about them black people they kicked out of that goddamn restaurant. And so for you to be another black dope who got roped into some white foolishness, some non-black, because I don't know if that man's white or not, I couldn't tell, but he's not black. And so for you to get roped into another one of these things and manipulated to help benefit some other people who will then once again, oppress, demean, humiliate black people of a certain type or class or whatever that come in there. Because that shit to me is just, it's so wild. And then for you to try to talk it off afterwards, like, oh, well, they hit me up first. Of course they did, because they have a direct line to you. Nobody was even thinking about reaching out to T.I. for anything except for what's another way to say, like, may I? Or what's another way to say, like, can you please provide a synonym? I need a word with 6 syllables in it. Like, nope. So that's insane to me. But the fact that you, let's say, I'm going to just assume and give you the benefit of the doubt and say that you saw the video before you even met with this person, right? But even if you didn't, you not only had a meeting with this guy, you said that you made him or you told him to come and meet you somewhere. Why wouldn't you then have waited until you heard from that other couple, and invited them to sit down too? Why didn't you put him in a position where he could sit down with them black people and explain to their faces what the situation was? Because he wasn't interested in doing that shit. He just wanted to save his fucking business. And what, like, another thing that really pissed me off about this shit, because yeah, T.I.'s a fucking moron. We know that. Like you said in your read, we've talked about this endlessly. He's given us 1,001 reasons to be like, nigga, what the fuck time are you actually on right now? So I'm not even surprised that he did some fucking moronic shit, because of course, you know what I mean? But it's like, girl, stop going around here calling yourself the mayor of Atlanta and claiming to be the, you know, for the people and stuff, because you're not. You know what I'm saying? What you're doing is just continuing to rub elbows with people in the industry that, you know, perpetuate your privilege. That's it. Because of course, he ain't got no problem with you. T.I. could have absolutely walked into that fucking restaurant with sneakers on and nobody would say nothing to him because he's T.I. and they know he have money. You know what I'm saying? The same way that, you know, blank football player or basketball player from Atlanta, or, you know, if fucking Ray Shremmer was to walk up in that bitch or whatever, it would be no problem because they know that they do. You saw this man that you don't recognize with his Pop Smoke braids and his sneakers on or whatever, and you immediately was like, they probably gonna dine and dash. I don't know, because like that's what those fucking policies are about. These restaurants, these clubs, all these venues would be like, oh, you can't wear do-rags in here. Oh, you can't wear sneakers. You can't wear... What is it that's so, like, offensive about any article of clothing, honestly? Unless it's a big, you know, tank top that says, I'm going to kill everyone in here. What is it, like, about a do-rag or sneakers or a hat or whatever else, a chain, that makes you feel like your establishment is in jeopardy, especially when it is not on somebody that you know has millions and millions of followers on Instagram and even more money than that. These niggas don't give a fuck about us, bruh. They don't. They're so far removed from all of the regular shit going on in the lives of regular black people at home. Please cut it the fuck out. And I was so fucking pissed off because when I saw the story on the Shade Room of the man who was removed from the restaurant talking about how he was disappointed in the way that T.I. went about it, one of the maybe like the second comment that I saw with tons of likes said something to the effect of, just be happy that he brought light to the situation and keep it moving. What? Bitch, are you literally fucking stupid? Yes. Are you actually dumb, yes, bitch? Like, are you for real? First of all, T.I. didn't bring shit to the situation. The situation already had light on it. That's why the motherfucker called T.I. in the first place, because that couple recording and uploading that video went viral because they were being racist and classist and disgusting and absolutely mistreated and humiliated that man in the center of that fucking restaurant. T.I. didn't bring light to that motherfucking situation. If anything, he brought darkness to the situation for making it stupid, involving his own black ass in it and making it fucking dumb, making a mockery out of it.
Darkness to the situation.
And so many people were hyping that dumbass comment up. And y'all be the same ones when you see fucking the baby and Umi Sushi months from now or whatever, where they'll never mistreat him because everybody knows that nigga got money and connections or whatever the fuck. And you're like, oh, the baby be down at Umi Sushi. That's where we got to go for home, you know, such and such's birthday or whatever. And you go down there and can't get a motherfucking table because you got Air Force Ones on. Keep it up. Yep. It's never a problem. You don't give a fuck until it's your stupid ass. You bitches are dumb. You're stupid. You are fucking dumb, moronic, idiotic, shiftless, and worthless. And I can't stand y'all bitches. I promise you I cannot. I hate y'all. Y'all bitches don't deserve H2O or oxygen. I can't stand you bitches. Like, I promise I can't. So worthless.
Oh my God.
Brought light to the situation. That nigga didn't bring a goddamn thing to the situation but a waste of time. And caping for some people that will continue to treat you niggas like trash. Congratulations. You're a fucking dumbass. Now.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
I also want to say all the white people who are sitting up here and like allowing these insane radical paramilitary troops to run rampant across the country, I want you to know that when the end of times begins tomorrow, after they're done clearing out all our black asses and all of the other colored people, they are going to murder, rape, and pillage your white households as well. Oh yes, they'll probably start with, you know, the dirt poor, maybe the trailer parks or whoever the fuck else. But I want you to know, in every post-apocalyptic book, film, or series you've ever seen, there have been some fucking dripping wet honkies who are usually, you know, strapped with all of the automatic weapons and things like that take to the streets and do whatever the fuck they want to. That's gonna be these Proud Boys and Boogaloo men or whoever the fuck, all of these other people that Donald Trump and all of his homies are hyping up and telling to stand down and stand by. Y'all keep it up. and act like that's not an actual issue. It's niggas just walking in the streets and demanding that you, I don't know, treat us like human beings.
Yep.
They're the problem. It's the anti-fascists that are the issue. People who believe that fascism is a bad thing.
That's it. That's
They're
all that
the
means.
issue. Not the motherfuckers walking around with fucking AK-47s and just shooting people for threatening someone's Michelin tires. You bitches are dumb as well. You are also fucking stupid and a waste of time and space. And I want you bitches to know that when they come for your throats, okay, when they kill your fucking dogs dead and steal your babies and rape your wives and sisters and stuff and like that, don't act like ain't nobody say nothing. You brought this shit upon your motherfucking selves.
What?
You did. Because I don't understand how they're emboldened to walk around the streets with fucking guns and machetes and torches and bulletproof vests on and have literal, like, nothing of sense or substance to say. Have you seen, like, they literally just go out there and crack beer cans on their heads and bump chests and like roll around in the grass and belch. Like they're like not even,
They're not verbal, really, most of the time.
like they're literally the scum of the fucking nation. And y'all are gonna let them run it. Congrats. Good. They're out here trying to abduct governors because they want to go to brunch. I hate you. I hate all of y'all.
Did you hear about the white boy who was involved in that plot to kidnap the governor of Michigan, I think, because they didn't like the restrictions she was putting in place for COVID, and then turned around once he went to jail and was like, yeah, I need to get out because I'm scared of COVID.
I feel like it was Pennsylvania.
Or maybe it was Illinois.
Or it might have been Michigan. I don't know. But it was. I know exactly what you're talking about.
Gretchen Whitmer.
And this is what I'm talking about. Not only are they dangerous
Michigan.
and violent, they're also fucking stupid.
Yes.
I don't see how you're like, there's no concern for these blatant numbskulls who walk around with guns.
Right.
And who are threatening to kidnap government officials. Meanwhile, you're trying to villainize the motherfuckers who are like, just here for, I don't know, peace, equality. You're a little concerned that the president's a fascist.
Ending racism.
That's it.
Yeah.
I hate y'all. I hate y'all. This country deserves everything that fucking happens to it. You bitches suck so bad.
Sure.
Two quick things. Ubisoft. I've owned many of your games. Ubisoft, I still know which one it is. I own many of your games. I played damn near all of the Assassin's Creed games and stuff like that. Love the Watch Dogs series. For whatever reason, now they have a game called Watch Dogs Legion that takes place in London and is basically Antifa the game, but they're all hackers or something like that.
Okay.
Jamaica, London has a very large Jamaican community because colonialism and white people. So, there are a lot of, I guess, the Jamaican characters or characters with the accent. Was there no one in voice acting that is Jamaican?
Oh, no.
No one? No one. You couldn't even find somebody who like, because like Nicki Minaj ain't Jamaican and she could have done a great job doing some of this fucking voice acting. Like, did you find some of these voice actors in a cardboard box? What the fuck?
Is it as
It
bad
actually
as
helped
mine?
me out a lot. It actually helped me out a lot because it's, you know, we're right like maybe 2 weeks away from the PlayStation 5, and Watch Dogs Legion is a game that's supposed to launch on there as well, which means it will probably be better quality on said system. So I was like, I don't know if I want to buy this game now or wait for whenever I can get a PlayStation 5. I'll wait. Now that I know that you just decided to go down to fucking Nando's and hire like the first white person you saw to do, you know, a Jamaican accent or to try to speak patois, like I'm good. Also, Instagram, stop trying to be every app. Mark Zuckerberg, Instagram has become the turducken of applications. I'm disgusted. Why do you need us to shop and TikTok and Snapchat and Twitter and Instagram and Twitch and Ring and Hinge and everything the fuck else on here? Like, God damn. So they won't sell the app to you. So you just like, you say, fuck it. It's in here too now. Guess what, girls? We have the filters. We have all of the stuff. Come on over here. It's odd. And the placement of things is especially odd right now. Get this shit out of here.
Yes. Girl, I don't have a Facebook account for a reason. So no, I don't want to use this app to talk to niggas on Facebook. Leave me alone. What a dumb fucking question. I was so annoyed when Instagram gave me that pop-up when I opened the app the other day. I was like, if I wanted to talk to niggas on Facebook, Guess which platform I would be on. Just guess.
Yeah.
Just a shot in the dark. Like, I'm
never gonna do it.
But no, ma'am. I'm never going to download Facebook. I don't have a Facebook account for a reason. So no, I will not use this app to talk to the 0 friends I have on Facebook. I will not do it.
And I don't give a fuck that I saw all the latest pictures, bitch. It don't mean I want to see posts from motherfuckers I don't follow talking about suggested. There don't even be people posts I want to motherfucking see. Show me the shit I seen again then, bitch. What are you doing?
Yes, Instagram will swear you got to the end of new posts, but you just got to the end of the new post they wanted to show you. They hide 60% of the people you follow, and you got to like refresh a jillion times or go to their individual profiles. Like, the algorithm on Instagram is utterly fucked. It does not make sense. I honestly feel for all of you who use Instagram to make money because, bitch, how it do not make sense how those people show posts and all that other bullshit. So,
it does not.
But I took a screenshot and everything when I opened Instagram and saw that, hey, Crystal, chat with your friends on Facebook Messenger with your Instagram.
No.
Add this widget. Bitch, go. No, I shall not.
My word.
Oh,
Pick
Lord.
something to do. You don't need to do everything. This weird tech monopolization shit is creepy.
It's so bizarre.
That's
like,
it, I'm finished.
Y'all killed Vine. Y'all killed Snapchat. Y'all come in for...
Well, Snapchat killed itself, but just...
Well, okay. You're not wrong.
That Rihanna thing was not cute.
You're right. But like, now y'all coming for TikTok with these Reels things and constantly doing something new and all this other bullshit. And I'm not even necessarily mad at it, but what I don't care that y'all are owned by the same company. So please stop trying to get me to participate in Facebook games. Because I won't. I barely use Instagram, girl. So like, leave me out of it, sweetheart. But okay, that wraps up this week's episode of The Read. Check us out at thisistheread.com and follow us on social media at thisistheread. I just want to say before we end today's episode, Black people, please take care of yourselves. Put the phone down, go meditate, take some deep breaths, drink some water, get some rest, take a walk, do whatever you can to lessen your stress over the next several weeks, because like we said earlier, I don't see a way for America to come out of this election without there being a massive fucking amount of bullshit taking place.
It's inevitable.
It is inevitable. And Donald Trump has stacked the Supreme Court on purpose. So yes, I just would say, Black and brown people, take care of yourselves as best as you can. And
just because it's inevitable does not mean that your ass doesn't need to go out and vote today. Get it together. If you haven't done it yet, please get your ass up. Go and do it. I really do get the arguments, y'all, but you just cannot convince me that we would not be better off with Joe Biden as president. Look at what this man has done just this year. Just look at where we're at with this virus. So please. He got motherfuckers literally freezing in the cold to come and hear him lie now.
And you know what? So
the girls are going home on stretchers just to hear her lie.
It doesn't make sense. It does not make sense. So
I hate y'all.
Yeah, take care of yourselves and take care of each other. And I think that's it for me. Anything else from you before we get out of here?
Just the moral of the story, which is that I let a lot of shit go, and it's for my benefit. You know, I much prefer sleeping in a comfortable bed at night than staying up all night in jail waiting to be released or make bail or whatever the fuck the situation may be. Shit. So I just want a lot of y'all to know that, like, when you think that you may have slighted me, if you think that you may have tried me, if you think that you may have won one over on me, enjoy it, because you're not bad. You're just not worth it.
Oh, wow. Okay. And on that note,
I actually have like things to lose. So doesn't mean that you won't get your ass beat. Doesn't mean that you can't get smacked in your mouth. It's just little shady, petty, street BGC live shit. It's not enough for me to be like, jail, litigation. Nah. So enjoy it if you want to,
Yes. Not that I'm scared of you, just that you're not worth it. Remember that.
Yeah, like I got to go deal with police and then go back to court. Like it's just
paying fines and shit. And I just don't have time for that.
It has to be like worth it. Like I got to ask myself, am I cool with this? Most of the time I'm not because y'all ain't worth it.
Okay. On that note, we will, I guess we'll see y'all next week if the Lord say the same.
Amen. We'll see what happens. All right.
Bye, y'all.